Hey, everybody. It's great to see you. Sorry I didn't get my headphones in, so hopefully it's not too loud. I get to be coming at you from like the front lawn at Westwoods. And we actually have this great opportunity today to do staff. On Tuesdays, we do staff meeting and meet with all of our pastors and individually, and then we get together. And it's an interesting thing. One of the deals that we've been talking about lately is this idea of what it means to be the church, right? And so that this is a building behind me, and it's a building that we meet, that the church meets in. It's not the church, and that really the church exists in us, and particularly as we work together to bring the principles of God's kingdom, like we've been talking about. This idea of God's kingdom is this kingdom of love, where love reigns, where His rule and reign, where His will reigns, and that prayer really is this opportunity for us to lay track in our lives and our hearts and in the world around us for the power of God to show up. And so, I'll just share a quick story and an encouragement to you, and just encourage all of us to be in a place where we're aware and we have our eyes open to the activity of God in our lives, and what He's inviting us into. So a couple of weeks ago we met. We've been meeting on Zoom as a staff, which, probably a lot of your meetings are on Zoom if you're doing meetings these days. And so just kind of getting weary of that and feeling like, we're in this place where we can start expanding that a little bit. And so a couple of weeks ago we met on my deck, where we've been broadcasting our services from, and just had this sweet time together. And so today I'm like, hey guys, you want to meet in the office? We were talking about a couple of days ago what we wanted staff meeting to look like, and then it was really like, well, let's meet on your deck. It was so great. And then I thought, well, I had to be on this side of town, so I said, how about we'll meet on the patio at Westwoods? And so we had this chance to meet, and we were meeting up there. You can kind of see this way. It's pretty sunny up there on the patio, so we moved down to the grass underneath this big tree. It's beautiful. And I was meeting with one of our pastors, and he was talking about some of the work that God's doing in our lives. And here's this cool thing that probably this time is revealing some things that are going on, maybe some deep issues that we've had in our lives around our weird motivations for things, or the way that we keep score in our lives, and some of those things we're talking about. And he was talking about just this unhealthy motivation to help sometimes comes from shame and anger. And then he said this, he's like, hey, and so the hard part is, as I'm pressing into that, to go, do I just stop helping people? Do I just stop helping people? Like if a car pulled up here and broke down, would I just not help them? And maybe 45 seconds, maybe a minute later, this car pulls down Woodard with clearly a flat tire, and she has a donut on one tire, her front, like a spare's already been used on the front, and then the other front is flat. And so it was just one of those moments where we just kind of looked at each other, walked over, asked to help. We called the tow truck. We said we'll take care of the tow truck. She was actually heading to Grease Monkey to get her brakes done, and so we'll get a tow truck and get you to your spot. And then for about an hour, and I don't know, maybe an hour and a half in staff meeting, we just hung out with this beautiful lady and shared and laughed and talked a little bit. And I think for me, it was just this great reminder of the principles of the kingdom, that when you're sensitive, even the idea that we were doing staff meeting here today and not in my office downstairs or on my deck in Denver, and that conversation around helping happened up, and then we were able to love and serve her in the name of Jesus in a way that didn't come from guilt or shame or anger, but just came from a place of like clear invitation. This is what God's doing right now in my life. And even the idea of for me, staff meeting, I had this agenda, right? Of like, we've got to get these 17 things taken care of. And I've got this list in my head. We've got to check some stuff off, make some decisions. And And instead of that, to just be able to say, oh, you know what? We can just be in this moment and we can be imminently interruptible. And so I would just encourage you in your life to recognize, man, you were created for this moment. And you're going to have opportunities in this day to be a hope bringer, to be a love bringer, to step into unselfishness and generosity, to be a listening ear to someone around you, to be someone who can enter into a situation without trying to figure out how to fix something or how to check something off your list, to be interruptible, and in that moment to display the love of Jesus. And I just encourage us all. That's what it means to be the church. We're not going to fight for our right to gather on Sundays. We're instead going to press into this invitation to be the church every day, every moment of every day. So I love you. So excited to be in this moment with you. I would love, I'm hearing great stories about people who are starting to gather with a few friends and watch the service on Sunday. I encourage you to do that. Don't watch alone. And then maybe gather a few friends during the week and talk about the things of Jesus. And so let's take advantage of that, press into what it means to be the church in this moment. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.